My name is Stacy Schlichtenmeyer. I am a local realtor here in Kosciusko County with Keller Williams. And Kelly Mauger has so graciously agreed to sit down and chat with us about K County events. Kelly, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, so tell me a little bit about K County events.
Yes, K County Events is a website that you can go visit and on any given day see all the public facing events happening in Kosciusko County.
Okay, perfect. So how did you think of this idea?
It really came from a personal need.
Okay.
When I moved to the area, I wanted to learn what there was to do. And if you're not familiar with using the search term Warsaw, I'm in Warsaw, you usually get Poland right away.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you type Warsaw, IN, that doesn't help you at all because Indiana in same word.
Yeah.
So the SEO and finding stuff online was really hard. I eventually met some people when I had my first child and got to learn things through word of mouth. Fast forward a couple of years and everyone was asking me what there is to do in town, which was great, but I do not know everyone who lives in the county. So I developed a website called Mini Mischief Managed that focused on events for parents and families with kids in the 0 to 5 range. My kids are no longer in the 0 to 5 range, so my focus has expanded as well. And K County Events was born out of that. So it's kind of like the parent of Mini Mischief Managed. And so it has everything, whether you're a family or a senior or a single or a teen or whatever your lifestyle situation is, you can find events to do in Kosciusko on K County Events.
Okay, yes. So I have to admit, I look at your email every day. I
Yay!
get it in my inbox. It's like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. depending on the time change.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It just gives me a really good idea. It is so inclusive. There's so much information there. How many events, do you have any idea, like on a given day, are posted?
Yeah, so it does vary.
Sure.
Obviously, Saturday would have more than Sunday and whatever, but we have somewhere between 30 and 60 events every day listed.
And that's just here in K County.
In K County.
That is so awesome. Okay, so if someone has an event and it's not a part of K County events, how would they go about adding that?
There is an option on our website where you can click add events, but you can also email us at any time, kcountyevents@gmail.com, and then we'll get added for you. We do ask that you provide a link back to the original website. That makes it easy for us to verify the event, but then also for people looking at the website, they know it's a real event because they can go back to the original organizer and learn more about them and any details that might not be included.
Sure, okay, that's great. So if other people want to have this awesome, thorough email in their inbox every day, how do they do that?
Go to kcountyevents.com and I believe it's a subscribe button.
Okay.
But if you fill out our contact form, you're also automatically subscribed.
You are a busy woman because you do a lot more than K County events. In addition to having 3 children, I know that you are a writer.
Yes.
Yes. Have you always enjoyed writing?
No.
Oh, okay. So tell me more about it.
Well, I enjoy reading. That's more so where it came from. Library is always my first stop when I move somewhere new, get my library card, check out a bunch of books. And I always, as a bucket list item, wanted to write a story. I was like, oh, that'd just be so cool to be a published author. But I did not have a story. And everyone always says, write what you know. So that was on the back burner for a very long time. And then during 2020, when I had a lot more time to myself at home, I decided I needed a new project. So that's what inspired me to write my first book. And my first book is for new moms to help them in their daily life. Not so much like how to parent the kid, but how to manage what you're doing so that you stay sane and you feel comfortable in your new role. And so rather than starting a website or a blog post or anything like that, I decided to make it a book. And that one is called 15 Ways for New Moms to Manage Stress and Stay Sane. Very to the point.
Yes, I love it. I love how thin it is. Let me just be honest.
Yes. Like some people might be like, why would you write a book that is this thin? But as a busy new mom, you need it to be succinct, to the point, and not overwhelming. So that's one of the bonuses of it.
That's great. And easy reference. You just have it all the time.
Yes. Yep. And there's tip recaps at the back of each chapter. So like even faster to find out what's going on.
That's great. The information in it, did you research it? Is it just kind of things that you have developed along the way?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
So when I was scrolling online to try to relate to all the moms that I couldn't see in person, I was reading a lot of their blog posts and their websites, and people would talk about things that happened and be like, oh, I had this funny thing happen, blah, blah, blah. But no one ever said, and by the way, this is what I did to prevent it from happening again, if it was something that you did not want to have happen again. I was like, well, this is not helpful at all. And then also I realized that most of the things I were reading weren't actually situations I had found myself in. So the book came from the things that I was doing every day to help me manage my life. And not just saying like, hey, this happened to me, but also this is how I'm handling it in the future.
Okay.
So that moms can have some guidance and an idea of like, okay, I had something similar happen, maybe I could try this and go from there.
So where can we find your books?
They are available on Amazon. If you enjoy ebooks, almost every ebook publisher, it's through their draft to digital, made it really easy. I just said, yes, I want to distribute to all these places.
Sure, absolutely.
But then I also have physical copies too, if you're local and you'd like to get them from me.
Okay. I did hear that there is a local business too that's going to be having your books. Is that correct?
Yes, so the Word House in Winona Lake at the Winona Live Store, which most people know as the Carpet Depot, she has my books on consignment there as well.
Yeah, it's such a cool place. If you haven't been there, definitely check it out. So I want to know how you are Superwoman. How do you juggle? How do you juggle all of that? Because there's a lot going on in your life.
There is. The bonus is the only thing that I can't choose my time around are the kids. So obviously I work my time around them, and then if a day's really hectic, it doesn't matter if I didn't write a chapter in the book that day or if I didn't make it online to research new events for Kate County events. So I just plan my time based around what really matters, and then the boys do still kind of have like quiet times and nap times occasionally, so those are great pockets of opportunity to catch up on things.
Okay. So going forward in the future,
Yes.
where do you see Kate County events?
I would love for it to be a household name in the same sense that internet movie databases. So like if you're watching TV or a movie, and you're like, oh man, I want to know who that actor is, or I know them from somewhere else, and you go to imdb.com.
Absolutely.
So I want people to say, oh man, I'm looking for something to do. I should go to katecountyevents.com.
And you do have opportunities for sponsorships, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, can you talk
absolutely.
about that if anyone's interested?
Sure. You have the opportunity to sponsor the website, say like for a whole month, and it can be your ad, just your ad, no one else's up there.
Right on top there.
It is. It's a banner, whether you're doing mobile or on the desktop, you see it right there. You can also send out email blasts to all of our newsletter subscribers, whether it's about a specific event or just your business, that's your choice. And then we can also do event promotions. So it's a little bit smaller than like the business ad, but it makes your event stand out so you're not scrolling through everything. You're like, hey, don't forget to check out this really cool event.
Well, that's great. All right, do you have any books in the works? Anything you're working on you want to share with us?
Nothing specifically in the works.
Okay.
The most recent book I wrote, which is, I wrote this to kind of read with my kids to show them my entrepreneurship journey, because this has all been a new foray for me. My parents were not entrepreneurs. So this book has 3 different stories in one where the kids learn to be entrepreneurs, and I could see more books with this this tagline. This is books 1 through 3. I could see there being a 4 through 6.
Okay, that's great. So, is there anything that you want to tell us about Kate County events, or anything you want to share with us that you haven't already?
Mostly just if you haven't checked out Kate County events, please do that. So some people ask us what's different about our website versus the Visit Kosciusko tourism website. And the biggest difference is that Visit Kosciusko is focusing on the larger events that are going to bring people in from out of town. So people visiting from Fort Wayne or Chicago or Wabash. So they're really working on those larger events, and they don't dive down past that. Whereas we are very much focused on the people who are living and working here every day. So you see the things happening during the week as well as the big weekend.
That's great. So I meet quite a few kind of new people coming into the area, being in real estate, and I'm like, you want to know what to do? Kate County events. You have kids, if you're in sports, whatever it is, Kate County events. So I think you're doing wonderful things, and I really appreciate your time. And I've enjoyed getting to know you a little bit. Well, thank you so much, Kelly.